This is a fully automated mark sheet that you're seeing on your screen right now. It starts with writing down the level that you teach, the name of the teacher, and the school. Go now to the names of the students in class. We have a total of 21 students, and then the individual subjects in this level. So we have a total of 15 subjects here, and we have the marks for the subjects for each student. This is the total marks for each of the students right here. These are the averages, and then we have the rank from first to last in class, and then we have the status. If they pass, then you can see a pass. If they fail, you can see a fail. And then we have another status which says either they did well or poorly, or maybe they had distinction. So when we scroll down, you can also see the total number of students who has passed in this class and the percentage passed. And then we have the total number of students who failed and the overall percentage failed. Now, when you scroll and look right here, you can see there are some numbers appearing in red while others appears in black. Now, the numbers which appear in red, it means that the student has failed in that subject. So whenever a student failed, when you are filling in the marks, it automatically changes to red. And this is fully automated as well. You can see also the averages. If the average is less than 10, because the total average in my school is, of course, 20. So if a student has an average less than 10, then they have failed. So we also have the status right here, which is also fully automated. Now, if I come here, let's say the first student here, let's say this student, let's change this to 10. You can see it has changed from red to blue because the student has passed. So all of these subjects, the mark should be on 20. So if you are writing a subject in class, maybe you gave an exam on 80, then you have to convert it to 20. Now it's very easy to convert your results to 20. So once you have the result on 20, you can just come here and fill everything right here. So let's say the first student, you can see the status here is pass and then good. We can see the average is 10.6 and then their position is 14. Now let's say the student has maybe, let's make them pass very well. Let's give it 19 here. And let's give this 18. As you can see, it's automatically changing the rank, the average, right? So let's give this 19. You can see the rank has changed to 6 and the average has changed to 13.2. And we also have the status which have changed. The status too has changed. So every time you make a change here, it automatically affects everything here, including the percentage passed and percentage failed. So let's take a look at this total number of students who has passed here. Now let's say this is 14. 14 student has passed. Now let's make this student number 3 to pass. And let's go now. It will change from 14 to 15. You can see it has changed from 14 to 15, and you can see the percentage pass has also increased. The percentage failed has dropped, and the number of students who have failed has also dropped. Now this is fully automated, and we're going to be looking at how to do this using Google Sheets. All right, we're going to be starting with a blank sheet. And to create a blank sheet, you can simply come at the bottom left corner here and click the plus sign. Right, it's going to automatically create a blank sheet. But I've already created a blank sheet, which is this sheet 5. So I'm going to click on that. So it takes me here, and then we can start. So first thing, I'm going to start with the name of the students in class. And then we go now to the subject. Let's say subject number 1. Let's just give it in the name math. And then go to English, computer. Right, depending on the number of subjects you have in class, right, you can just write them here. But I'm going to stop here. Let's just say we have just 6 subjects. And then we go now to total marks, go to average. Now, these are all of them here. So we can start. All right, the first thing I'm going to do now is to write down the names of the students I have in class right here. Now, you can start by typing them, but since I already have a list or names of students here, I can just go and copy and paste them. Now, these are the names that I've just copied and pasted in here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to just adjust these cells like so. Let's just drag, bring your cursor here and drag. And then we can also add some formatting to this. Let's give it a, let's add the size. Come here and add the size and bold it, right? So we can just highlight all of the cells like this and give it a size 20 and then bold it, right? And then we can now come here where it says borders, click on that, and then we can add in a border, right? Like so. So we can also come and reduce, if in case I think the header is too big, let's just reduce it a bit. Let's reduce the font size to, yeah, let's give it an 18. All right, so that looks perfect. Next, I'm going to come here and just give numbers to the students. Let's start. Let's number them. 2, 3. Then we can just come here and then highlight, just select them, and then just use your cursor. When it's plus, you can just drag and it's going to automatically number them. Okay, so once that is done, we can also just come here, select from here right up to this. Let's just add 2 and this end here at 33. Good. And we can add a border. So we're going to come here where it says borders, click on borders, and then we can add in this border so that we have a perfect square where we're walking inside, right? And then once that is done, we can come here again, just select the whole of this names, right? We're going to select these names and we're going to put them in the center. So come here where it says horizontal alignment, click on the drop down arrow. Let's give it a center alignment, right? Now that looks okay. So the next we're going to do is to start by giving in our marks. All right. So let's say the student has, let's just add in the random marks here. And it has to be on 20. So if in case you give a subject which is maybe you mark your subject is maybe it's on 30, you have to convert the marks to 20. And we can now come here, select these sections where we have the subjects like so. Let's add in a border to separate them, right? So come here, let's give it this border. Great. Or we can just give in this border like so. Now this looks perfect. I'm going to come here where it says border style, and we're going to reduce the thickness of this border. Let's give it, this one is too thick. Let's give it this border style. Now that looks much better, right? So next we're going to come here. Let's just adjust this where it says total marks because it's not visible enough, like so. Okay, now that looks great. And then we're going to come here. You can just add in, let's just add, I'm going to go ahead to add in some random numbers here for the marks for each of these students. All right, so once I have my numbers or the marks filled in, let's just come at the bottom here and change this. Go to borders. Let's give it the thicker bottom border right here. Come here, border color, not border color. Let's come here, border style. Give it a thicker border bottom, right? So you can see this looks much more better. Now we can go ahead to adjust all of this. Let's center these numbers or these marks here. Select all of them and then come here where it says horizontal alignment. Click on that. Let's give it the center right? And we can also bold it like so. Now that looks better. Now let's go now to the total marks. Now to calculate total marks, we need to add in a formula. And we're going to be using the summation formula, which is equal to, we're going to sum, and then just select all of this. All right, so once you click enter, you can see it's going to suggest to autofill because you use the formula, right? So you can just click this tick and it automatically fills in this summation here, the total marks for all the students individually. Then we go now to the average. To calculate the average, we need to take the total marks for all the subjects divided by the total marks of the students times 20, because the average is going to be on 20. First of all, we're going to start with the total marks for all the subjects. We have a total of 6 subjects, and each of these subjects is marked on 20. Now, to get the total marks for all the subjects, we have to take the total number of subjects, which is, let's say, equal to 6 times 20. The total marks is 120. Now, to get the average, since we already have the total marks for the students, we're going to come here on average, click on the cell, type in equal to, and we're going to take the total marks of the students, which is what, this one, divided by the total marks of all the subjects, which is this one, right? And we're going to press F4 to lock in this particular figure right here. So to press F4, I'm going to press the FN key and F4. If in case you're not able to press the F4 key on your keyboard, so search for the FN key and then click it. Just put your finger there, and also press the F4 key at the top, right? And then we can now multiply it by 20. And to multiply is simply by clicking the shift and then the star button, and you have the multiply option, and then just write in 20. Click enter, and there you have it. We have the average. So you can just click the tick to give it an autofill, and it's going to automatically fill everything in here. So these are the averages for each of these students right here. Now we can then go ahead to remove or reduce this decimals, right? So to do that, again, we can just come here, select all of this, and then come here. We can just decrease the decimals like so. Right, now this looks better. And then we can also give it a center alignment. Right, do the same for the total marks. All right, so this looks perfect. And then we go now to position, first to ranking from first to last. Now, to automatically rank the students, we're going to rank them based on their averages, all right? So we want to rank from first to last. And now to do that, we're going to come here, click on the cell and give it this particular formula. We're going to type in equal to, and we're going to type in the rank formula, open bracket, and then we're going to select this cell and then give it a comma, and we can now select all of the cells starting from the first average right up to this average here, and then we can go ahead and lock it in with the FN or F4 key. Again, if you don't see the F4 key, if you are pressing the F4 key on your keyboard and it's not showing up, you're not seeing the little S or dollar sign, put your finger on the FN button and also the F4 button, and it's automatically going to show up. Right, so that is how it's looking like. And let's close the brackets. Click enter. And there you have the position. Let's auto fill it. So we automatically have the rank from first to last. Oh, I think we made a mistake. You can see I filled in this one here, which is not supposed to. Okay, we're going to just delete all of this. All right, so we have the position here from first to last. So I'm going to centralize it. All right, so we have first position, we have the second here, the third, the fourth, right up to the last position. So I'm going to select all of these like so. Come here and then let's give it a border, and let's give it this border. Okay, we can still give it this border like so, and let's reduce. You can change the color of the border style here, okay, but I like that border. I'm going to give it this, okay, and then we can add in is bottom border so that it looks more thick. So I'm going to go to the border style, just this one, so this now looks much better. Go now to the status, which is pass or fail. Let's start with that. Now, to given the status, we need to use the if formula. We're going to start here, give it the equal to sign, and then add in the if formula, open brackets. We're going to say if this average, right? If the average of the students is greater than or is equal to 10, right? Then we're going to open up this parent. Then the student has passed. We are going to see pass here automatically. Otherwise, if it's not, we're going to see fail. Then we'll close the brackets. So this is the formula that we're going to be using. Click the enter button and you can see it automatically fills everything here. Pass, fail, right? It's going to detect the average and then tells us whether the student has passed or the student has failed. All right, now for this status, we want a situation where if the student has a certain average, it's going to show up as either distinction, very good, poor, or just good, right? Now, we're going to come here and just click on the cell, give it an equal to sign. And again, we're still going to use the if formula and then open the brackets. We're going to say, if this average, if the student average is greater than, so we're going to press the shift key and then the greater than button. So if the average of the student is greater than 18, comma, then that student, it should show up as distinction. And then give it a comma again. And let's give it then another rule. If, open brackets. Now, if the student has an average which is greater than, let's just say greater than, so if the student's average is greater than 13, then, comma, we're going to open up this parenthesis and give it a very good. Okay, good. And then give it a comma again. But if the student, open up, if this student has an average which is greater than 15, or let's say greater than 10, we're going to give it a good, just good. Open up parenthesis, good. Great. So we have just 1, 2, 3, 4 options, all right? 4 rules. And yeah, so if it's greater than 10, then it's just good. But if it's greater than 13, it should be very good. That is from 13 for 14 upwards. And then we have, if any of these rules are not seen, then add in a comma and then we open up this parenthesis and give it a poor. And then let's close this bracket. 1, 2, 3. Tap the enter button. As you can see, it's going to autofill this. As you can see, it says good, 4, very good, 4, good, good. So automatically detects from the average. So as you can see, no student has an average of 18. So there's no distinction. So if in case a student, maybe the result changes here and the student gets 18, then gets an average of 18, then the student is going to have distinction, right? Let's format this table. If in case you want to add in a grade, maybe an A grade, B, C, all right. So we're going to also use the if formula, which is almost the same thing, just like the status 2, what we did in status 2 here. As you can see, this is a formula and it says it starts with the if this average is greater than or equals to 18, then the student has an A plus, right? We're going to see A plus here. But if the average is greater than or equal to 15, then the student has an A grade. So from 15 upwards, it's A grade. If the student's average is greater than or equal to 13, then it's B. And if it's greater than equal to 10, then it's C, right? If none of these rules are met, then the student is going to have an F, which is for fail, right? So that is the formula, and then you can just click the enter button, and then we can just drag like so, come here, so you can see automatically you can see the grade for each of the students right here. So if you want to add in grades, that's another way. You can also do the same thing with the if formula. We can start formatting this table, and we're going to start by making sure that all the marks that is less than 10 appears in red. So we're going to come to the subject area and then select all of the marks here, and then go to where it says format right up here, and we're going to come on the way it says conditional formatting. Click on that, and we're going to come here, make sure it is we have the exact cell we want to apply this formatting to, right? So you see it starts from J12 right up to O32, right? So it looks okay. So we can start with the formatting rules. So we're going to come here, click on this drop down arrow, and then we're going to look for less than. Okay, this is less than, and we're going to come to this color option, then give this fill a no fill, take the none, come here where it says A, change the color to red. So we want all the numbers that is less than 10, right? Again, less than. Oh, okay, we forgot to add this number here. So just click on that. Want the numbers which are less than 10 to appear in red. This is the color that we want. So click the done. And as you can see, automatically all the numbers that are less than 10 appears in red. We can do the same for the averages since it is on 20. Come here, select everything, go to format, go to conditional formatting, and make sure the range is correct, which is Q12 to Q32. And then the rule, we're going to give less than again. Let's keep less than. The value is 10, less than 10. And we're going to change this background fill or background color to none. And then the color that we want it to appear is in red as well. Okay, so there you have it. You can click the done button and you can see, let's close this. Automatically, you can see all of them appears in red, so that I don't need to go start finding which student failed or which student passed right here. Okay, we can do the same for this pass and fail. Select everything. Let's just give it a centralize it, go to formats now, and go to conditional formatting again. Now, instead of less than or greater than, since this is a text, so we're going to come where it says under formats, the formatting rules, we're going to click on this drop down arrow, and then we're going to click on this text contains, type in pass. If the text contain pass, you can see automatically selecting the pass here. If it contains pass, we're going to give the color green. Let's give it a green color like so. And then, or you can just give it like a green. It's okay. You can leave this color, this background color. If you don't want to, you can also take it out. But I'm going to leave this background color, and I'm also going to bold the text like so. You can see it is green and it is bold. So click the done button, and there you have it. Now we can still go back again, select this, make sure the fill appears in red, go to format, and then go to conditional formatting, and we can just add in a rule. And this time again, the text contains fill. This time is fill. So we're going to change the color fill. Let's give it a none. And then we can just give the actual text color red. You can bold it. So you can see automatically it adjusts like so. Come here even for this. Centralize it. Okay. Give it this conditional formatting. And we're going to give it a text contains. If it contains very good, let's just say if it contains poor, let's start with poor, and we're going to give it a red color. Let's just give it a white color but red background, something like so. The color should be white, I think. Great. So this looks good. We can also add in a rule here, and if you have field, it's the same thing for field. Select, go to conditional formatting, and then the text contains it, then it is red color. Let's bold it. You can also italize it if you want, but there's no need to do that. And then click done, and there you have your table, right? So every time, maybe if you have another student that you want to add in here, you can just add and then just drag everything. Just select the entire text like so, and then you have to just take your cursor and drag downwards like so. Okay, and it's automatically going to have this exact same formatting and formula style. So now that we have everything set, let's see. Okay, so you can see the student has gone from very good to distinction, and the grade is A+. You can see the status here is pass and the position is first. All right, I'm going to add in another formatting to make our table look more beautiful and consistent. I'm just going to select the entire table, and we're going to come here where it says format again, go to alternating colors, and we can just give it an alternating color here. Let's use this green. Great. So the header style is, you can change it to darker green if you want. Okay, this looks superb. We're going to do done, and then we can just come here. If in case we want to change the header text color, just select everything. So with a white color, so everything has the white color, and this is looking great. Combine this. Let's go to format. Let's merge these two cells together into one, and let's centralize it. To calculate the percentage of students who have passed in this class, you need to get the total number of students who have passed divided by the total number of students in class times 100. And it's going to give you the percentage of students who has passed. And for the percentage of students who have failed, we're going to do the opposite, which is get the total number of students who have failed divided by the total number of students in class times 100. So first of all, we need to get the total number of students who have passed in this class. Now to do that, we're going to come down here. I'm going to type just select Control A, and then we come here under format. We're going to wrap this text to wrap. I'm going to bold it, and we can also just centralize it. Right beside, I'm going to write the percentage of student passed, and then we can just come here and select these 4 boxes, and then we can give it a border like so. Let's just give it this border. All right, so I'm going to come here, bring my cursor here, click on that, and then equal to sign. Then we're going to use a count if formula, open the brackets, and then come here on this first status which says pass and fail. We're going to select all of these from start to end here. Count if, and we're going to come back down here. Let's just scroll. And then give it a comma. And then open up the parentheses and then type in pass. So we're going to count the number of students who have passed and enter. So we have the number of students who have passed is 13. Right? So we're going to come here. That percentage passed is to get the total number of students who have passed divided by the total number of students in class times 100. And the total number of students in class is 21. So we're going to come here, bring your cursor here, type inside the cell, give you an equal to sign, and we're going to take this, that's the total number of students who has passed, divided by the total number of students in class, which is 21, times 100. Enter, and there you have it. The percentage pass is 61.9%. And we can also come here, reduce the decimal, like so. Let's increase it to 1. Okay. This looks perfect. So we can do the same for the total number of students who has failed. All right, so we're going to come here, total number of students who has failed. Again, we're going to do the exact same thing by coming here, and we're going to give equal to count if open brackets, then bring our cursor and scroll here, and let's select this cell. Great. Come down back here, and then just give it equal to comma, and open up parentheses, and let's write in fail, and then close. And let's close the brackets, click enter. So we have 8 students who have failed. Now percentage failed is equal to this divided by 21 students times shift and then the star button 100. So we have 38% failed. Reduce the decimals like so. Good. Now this looks much better. Anytime you come now, all you need to do, if you are a teacher and you want to, maybe you have written an exam with your students, you can just select this and then copy this same table or this sheet, and all you need to do is just come here, change the marks, right? Change the marks of the students like that. Make sure you're marking on 20. That's because everything I'm doing here is on 20. All the marks here is on 20. So that's how we roll. All right, guys, so you can see it is automatically adding, and you can see the grid to automatically changes. There you have it. You have everything that you need in order to create an automated mark sheet for your class. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And if you did, please leave a thumbs up and share the video to all the teachers you know, because I know it's going to help them out to reduce their workload. And please, if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and leave a comment if you have any question. I will gladly reply to all of your questions. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, see you in the next video.